What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel, or well, another reaction of the World Cup 2018 Russia. Yes, I didn't forget it was Russia. Well, I gotta say, first of all, sorry guys for bringing you this later. It's been already 1 hour and a half from the match. This is certainly not I expected, but it was Father's Day today, so I had to make a little bit of a commitment to my father and my family first. So sorry about that. Hopefully it's not a big thing. Unless at least you're going to be able to watch it later as soon as it's posted. I don't think too many people are going to be watching it right now since the match already ended and heard already probably other reactions, but perhaps mine is a little bit more interesting. So first thing, I want to take up my phone here because since I watched the match from the screen, the TV on the restaurant, I couldn't have my PC there, so I had to put some notes down on one of my apps here. So I had some notes here, and we're gonna start off by discussing the first thing, which is Brazil started very fast, just like Brazil does. They're Brazil. They need to put a shadow down and really show that they're the main candidates for this World Cup. That was my first take on what Brazil was going to do and was trying to achieve in this very first few minutes of the World Cup. After that, we saw a very interesting selection of obviously Tite putting on Coutinho instead of Renato Augusto. Renato Augusto has been the player who has mostly been taken into consideration by Tite to finally get that final midfielder spot and put him allowing a little bit more creative play and perhaps a little more defensive output. But at the end, he decided to go with Coutinho. And this is very interesting. I actually gotta say I agree with Tite. I think that Coutinho playing in the middle is much better than playing on the wing. He doesn't have the speed or the aggressive nature of trying to drift wide and open up defenses. And in that sense, I think that William was such a better option than just having Coutinho on the right-hand side. Overall, Coutinho was insane, I think, for this match, was very good. And I just realized something, that after Coutinho moving to Barcelona, he just really had a leap in performances. Like before, he was very good. He was like a really world-class player. But now I think he's really good. Like I'm telling you, top 50 players in the world. He's really been improving a lot. Top 15, yeah, 15, not 50. Top 15 players in the world. He has really been improving his performances overall, and I'm very happy with that. Obviously, coming from Barcelona and playing in the club, I want him to have a good World Cup, but he's been insane. He has been insane of lately, and most of all, his golazo was even more insane. We had this goal. Coutinho, the same thing he does always, cutting onto his right foot, boom, onto the corner, the right-hand side of the goal, bending it around the keeper, and then onto the post. Just insane. Plus, the post is just like a little touch, like the cherry on top, to try and have a little bit more for the goal. Coutinho was insane. I really like this guy, and I'm really happy for him. What's that? Let's wait for the car to move. Okay. But after that, however, Brazil tuned it down just a little bit. And in this case, I was a little bit underwhelmed, because when you're a team such as Brazil, who could easily demolish any other side in the competition, they shouldn't have tuned it down. I think that they not underestimated Switzerland, but decided that they could hold out Switzerland for the start of the game, and that didn't work well for them, because after that we saw the goal from Stefan Suber. Stefan is his name. Let me check it out. Brazil versus Switzerland. I want to check out the name of Suber. Yeah, Steven, not Stefan. Steven Suber. After that, they tuned it down, and Switzerland were actually doing very good. But most importantly, I saw a little bit of confusion in Brazil's midfield. They lost the ball often. They often lost it a lot. They lost it every single time they had the ball. They were losing the ball very often, and that wasn't good. That wasn't good to see, to be honest. It's very underwhelming to see Brazil do that, especially when they have such good possession football, but most importantly, they're very fast with it. But losing the ball is just something unlike Brazil, and I was really surprised by that. But I think that's because they tune it down. I think that, to be honest, Brazil is a team which certainly benefits from being the favorites, because they know how to play under the pressure, and they have really taken it into their own account. Similar with Real Madrid, for instance. When Real Madrid tuned it down against a team like Leganés beat them in El Bernabeu and actually went to the quarterfinals of La Copa del Rey. So that happens, and I think that Brazil shouldn't turn it down. I think that Brazil is a team who need to stay on top for remainder of the match. Like if they get 3 goals, which they can, if they get 3 goals right away off the back, if they could have continued with the same persistence that they have throughout the first half, then the goal in the 50th minute of Steven Zuber wouldn't have come. Because in the second half, like I said, we saw the good start from Switzerland and we saw the goal. It was a very weird goal for Brazil to concede, especially from Zuber being not the tallest guy in the Swiss midfield or in the Swiss side to actually win over Miranda, which is one of the best defenders in the air. That was very unlike Miranda to see once again, but Zuber did very good to rise up and head the ball to the back of the net. It was point blank range. It was absolutely incredible if Alisson was able to save it, but there was no chance. There was really absolutely no chance. After that, Brazil continued to attack, but Switzerland just remained so organized, and this is something that made me think about. Sometimes we see in South America commentators and other people who report football, they say that, for instance, for South America, it's going to be very hard to have teams for Europe. Teams are going to be very hard to play against South American teams because they are very good with the ball on their feet. But for South American teams, it's also going to be hard to play against European teams because European teams, they got really good stamina, they don't get tired, and most important of all, they're really organized and they know their tactics by heart. And that's something that Switzerland showed in here because they remained calm, they remained as a unit, and they played together. And they actually had so many chances on the counterattack, they could have actually won the match. I think that Shaqiri was a very good man for that. I think that, don't kill me for this, but I think that for what Shaqiri did, he was a little more influential than even people like Willian or even Neymar. And Shaqiri was taking his chances very good. In one, he could have passed it on to Seferovic even faster, and I think Shaqiri really went into that one with him, with his own ego. But at the end of the day, I cannot recriminate people like Neymar, Willian, or Shaqiri because their role here in this match was pivotal. They was all about their attack because their attack was going on through only those players. People like Seferovic were completely not missing, but I didn't think he actually had a good game because he never completed the chances that he was set to take. Embolo just came in for a little more physicality by the end of the match, and that was really good to see because Brazil, by the end of the last few minutes, they were really pressuring. They were really pressuring. The subs came on for Brazil later on, and for instance, we saw Paulinho being subbed out very early into the second half, and I was very surprised after that because Paulinho is a player who, for me, is just like outstanding. He's really good with the Brazil national side. He's good in the air, good on the ball on his feet, good at passer, good defender. He's absolutely everything. Perhaps he had a knock or injury, something, but I think it was more of a tactical idea because they took out Paulinho and brought on Renato Augusto. And Renato Augusto certainly has some different qualities than Paulinho, but I don't know. I thought Paulinho should have remained there in the team. He perhaps could have had a little more influence when they had the final last few minutes of corners and set pieces, but that's Tite's choice for you. And then we saw Boy Firmino, or Roberto Firmino, like however you want to call him, coming in for Gabriel Jesus. And I had a person sat next to me who was like, Gabriel Jesus, Roberto Firmino for Gabriel Jesus? No, that doesn't make sense. They should just take out one defender and put another striker. Yeah, but you cannot do that because, like I said, they had Embolo, they had Shaqiri, and they had Zuber, people who are just going to hurt you so much in the counterattack. That makes absolutely no sense to leaving more people out in behind. And plus, Gabriel Jesus was already, like, so tired. Like, you could just see it. And plus, Roberto Firmino, most importantly, is a player who knows how to play collectively. They may not need more attackers, but what they need is bringing more people into play because they needed to dominate Switzerland. They needed to put Switzerland on a spot where they could really handle them like they want. They could have done so much better by just bringing, people may say, just bringing Roberto Firmino and keeping one midfielder, but Firmino is just this guy who can add so many people into play. He waits very good, he knows how to have the ball and really wait 1 to 2 seconds, and then you can see Casemiro or Fernandinho, you can see Renato Augusto joining the attack, and that's so good for Brazil. And he worked perfectly because he actually gave them that ability to stabilize Switzerland and really keep them on their own side. And I think that was all down to Firmino by the end of the day. And we saw like the corner, the chances, Neymar shot, we all saw another shot from Firmino once again, and they were really pressuring Switzerland. And Switzerland, whenever they could, they would leak and just counterattack. But at the back, they had people like Miranda, like Thiago Silva, like Marcelo, who were ready to defend and take the ball out. Or Danilo, sorry, because Marcelo would have stayed up. And that's very good. But at the end of the day, we saw that final chance when one of the defenders, I don't know who it was, but he put out his leg. Just the first moment he had, instant reaction, and boom, the possible goal from Neymar just went out sky high and went out for the corner kick. And that actually would have been like the last minute goal, or it was Coutinho, I think, the last minute goal that Brazil needed to take the 3 points. But it was just amazing defending. Then we saw another corner from Brazil, and it was cutting time. The time was going on, 5 minutes added, and nothing really happened by the end. And I gotta say that for Switzerland, they've gotten a great result, because certainly drawing against Brazil in the future now, it's not gonna be easy. And plus, we saw Serbia are a team which are very, very defensive and very solid, and that's also gonna hurt Brazil because they're very similar to Switzerland. And plus, this match Switzerland-Serbia is gonna be insane. I really want to watch this match now. I think it's gonna be make or break for whoever wins it. If Switzerland win against Serbia, then it will be 4 points, 1 point for Switzerland, 4 points for Serbia, and if Switzerland win it, it's gonna be then like 4 points for Switzerland and 3 for Serbia. And apparently, if Brazil beats Costa Rica, 3 then for Brazil, and it's gonna be make or break for Serbia and Brazil. So that match is gonna really, really matter, and I'm very excited for that one. One of you say that all the great teams have failed: Argentina, Germany, Brazil. Something might surprise the World Cup. Yeah, I was also talking to one of the guys there, and they were saying that me and him agreed that at least one big team is gonna go out. So I think one big team is gonna be gonna stay in the group stages. Could have been Germany, could it? Because Germany now with 0 points, and if we know that they draw against Sweden, it's gonna be out. Argentina against Croatia is also gonna be very, very tough. And after that, we're going to see other Brazil. I don't think they have failed, because certainly I think they have more than enough to go through. But the thing with Germany and Argentina is their fixture list. Argentina, most importantly. I'm really worried about Argentina now because they got Croatia. And I don't know about Croatia, but Croatia are not going to let Argentina have the ball much. And Argentina, even though they don't know what to do with the ball, they need it. You know, they really, really need it. Unless Sampaoli want to make some final adjustments like right away and really do something for Argentina to play as a counter-attacking team, which could work. We've seen Messi playing there as a right winger before in Barcelona, and he acted really nicely with Suarez and Neymar. Probably playing Pavón, Di Maria, and Messi could work. And I would even say to myself, bring on Dybala, for God's sakes. I think that guy would have been great for them in this match against Iceland, but we don't know. And Germany failed. Yeah, Germany failed. I think they failed. I think they not overestimated Mexico, but it was just down to Mexico's effort and really how they nullified the attack from Toni Kroos that really made the impact of Mexico really, really good. And overall, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for staying in me with this one. Tomorrow we're going to have Sweden versus South Korea, and then we're going to have Belgium versus Panama, and then Tunisia versus England. I think Tunisia versus England is going to surprise a few. I think that Tunisia may get a draw against England or even beat them. And Belgium against Panama, it's really hard to see Panama beating Belgium or drawing against Belgium, but anything can happen. Anything can happen. You just said it. All the big teams have not done well in this World Cup. I think that we are right in that at least some surprises are going to happen, because whenever we take into account a predictor, or you do a simulation of the World Cup, there's always a big team against a smaller team. You always see France, Portugal in one hand, you see Spain and Argentina facing in the other, you see Brazil facing off Belgium or England, and then you see Germany facing Colombia, England, or Belgium. So you always see those teams. And at the end of the day, I think we're going to have at least one middle-sized team out there. I think we're going to see a team like Croatia. I think we're going to see a team like Colombia. I think we're going to see a team like Portugal, perhaps a team like Mexico in the semifinals. I think we're going to see a team like that. A team which is, if we were talking about league football, I would say like a middle table team there. Like not a top 4 team, but a middle table up team. From the middle up team, we're going to see something like that. We're going to see a team like Mexico, Croatia, Colombia in those positions. And it's going to be very exciting. Or even we can see a team like Switzerland or Serbia. Who knows? Hopefully you have enjoyed, guys. Please remember to drop us a like and leave us a subscribe. Turn on the bell notification icon and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.